Why would anyone build a bus that can swim like a ship, or a bus completely armored for the battlefield? Normally, buses are for transporting people, but the following 10 machines will make you redefine that concept entirely. From speed beasts to bizarrely illogical technological devices. Welcome to our list of the 10 craziest buses ever built, projects whose purpose even American experts have questioned. Subscribe to the channel and join Simple Why in unraveling the mystery now. One, Superbus. Imagine waiting at a bus stop and a vehicle pulls up looking more like a stretched Lamborghini than a public shuttle. Meet the Superbus, a high-speed experiment from the Netherlands and the UAE. The hook? It moves at 250 kilometers per hour, faster than some Ferraris. Built with carbon fiber and featuring 23 gull-wing doors. This wasn't for standing passengers. Superbus offered a first-class vibe with individual climate control for every seat. Engineers designed it to bridge the gap between trains and limousines for long desert commutes. However, the dream hit a wall. To hit top speed safely, it required its own dedicated super lanes, making it too expensive and niche. Beyond costs, managing aerodynamics and battery weight at those speeds is a nightmare for a vehicle that long. Ultimately, the Superbus became too advanced to function like a normal bus, proving that sometimes you can't have the speed of a jet with the flexibility of a bus. 2. China's Land Air Bus. Meet one of the most viral concepts in internet history. China's Land Air Bus. Instead of fighting traffic, this street spaceship was designed to simply drive above it. Imagine a moving tunnel with an elevated cabin that allows cars to pass underneath while passengers cruise over the congestion. The world was obsessed because our cities are drowning in traffic. However, the dream quickly hit an engineering nightmare. The turning radius was massive, and it was too tall for most existing bridges. Plus, imagine the chaos of a car accident occurring inside a moving tunnel. It teaches us a valuable lesson. Sometimes futuristic ideas go viral because they look impossible, not because they actually work. For decades, we've dreamed of cities above cities through monorails and sci-fi urbanism. But as the Land Air Bus proved, the gap between a cool digital render and a functional city street is often wider than we think. Autotram Extra Grand in Youngman, JNP6280G. How long can a bus get before physics starts fighting back? Meet the Autotram Extra Grand and the Youngman JNP6280G, behemoths stretching up to 30.7 meters. These aren't just buses, they are modern street trains designed to carry nearly 300 passengers. Cities love them because building a subway is incredibly expensive. A bus rapid transit (BRT) system is a much cheaper alternative. To make these giants functional, engineers use complex triple-jointed articulations and multi-axle active steering. It's a masterpiece of mechanical coordination. However, being this long comes with a price. Turning becomes a mathematical puzzle, tire wear is massive, and driver training is extremely complex. Essentially, we are trying to copy the capacity of a rail system without the rails. Watch this. As this bus turns, notice how the rear axles must calculate every inch. It's a delicate dance of steel and rubber that proves bigger isn't always easier. 5. Amphibious tourist bus. Most buses fear water, but this one dives right into it. Meet the Amphibious tourist bus, a vehicle that turns a standard city boulevard into a boat ramp. Watching a 15-ton bus splash into a river isn't just a commute, it's a cinematic experience that transforms transportation into pure entertainment. But where did this duck come from? Amphibious vehicles have a gritty military history tracing back to the DUKW trucks used in World War II. Today's tourist buses are essentially the civilian version of those war machines. However, building them is an engineering nightmare. You have to master perfect waterproofing, fight constant saltwater corrosion, and maintain a delicate weight balance so it doesn't flip mid-river. Sometimes vehicles survive not because they are practical or efficient, but simply because people love the thrill of the experience. 6. Transparent OLED bus, South Korea. What happens when transportation becomes media? In South Korea, a country obsessed with display technology, buses are no longer just metal boxes. They are becoming digital illusions. Imagine a bus with a transparent OLED shell. When turned off, it looks like ordinary glass. But when activated, the entire body of the vehicle transforms into a high-definition screen. This is the evolution of AR, augmented reality mobility. After conquering smartphones and TVS, OLED technology is now taking over the streets. However, this rolling cinema faces major hurdles like high production costs, screen durability against the elements, and the risk of distracting other drivers. Ultimately, it signals a massive shift in urban life. Vehicles are no longer just for moving people. They are evolving into moving advertising platforms and entertainment surfaces. In the future, the bus you ride might care more about showing you an ad than showing you the road. 7. Solaris Urbino Hydrogen. Imagine a bus that leaves behind almost nothing except pure water vapor. Meet the Solaris Urbino Hydrogen. In an era where Europe is obsessed with zero-emission transit, this bus is a technological marvel. Here is the simple science. Hydrogen reacts with oxygen in a fuel cell to create electricity, which then powers an electric motor. No noise, no smog, just water. So why isn't every bus using this? Hydrogen is attractive because it offers long ranges and fast refueling, unlike heavy battery buses that need hours to charge. However, it remains highly controversial. The hidden nightmare is the infrastructure. Hydrogen is incredibly difficult to store and transport. Ultimately, public transportation has always been the ultimate testing ground for future energy systems. The Solaris isn't just a bus. It's a high-stakes experiment to see if we can truly move the world without burning it. Neoplan Jumbo Cruiser and Mercedes MCV 800. At some point, buses stopped trying to feel cheap. Instead of cramped seats and plastic interiors, machines like the Neoplan Jumbo Cruiser and the Mercedes MCV 800 began offering lounges, minibars, and airline-style ambient lighting. These aren't just vehicles. They are overnight lifestyle experiences on wheels. The reason these luxury buses exist is simple. In regions where flights are too expensive or trains don't cover every corner, the bus becomes the primary link. But there's a hidden psychological angle here. People tolerate long travel differently when comfort changes the perception of time. When you have a restroom, a minibar, and a plush bed, a 12-hour journey stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a staycation. It's a fascinating look at how luxury can trick our brains into enjoying the in-between moments of travel. 10. Volvo 9900. While other buses on this list try to scream for attention, the Volvo 9900 represents a completely different approach to Scandinavian philosophy. It's not flashy, but it's a masterpiece of human-centered engineering. This bus wasn't built to be a spaceship. It was designed to perfect the art of smoothness. Every detail, from the adaptive suspension to the panoramic windshield and vibration reduction, serves one purpose: eliminating passenger fatigue. It represents a significant shift in modern engineering. We are realizing that the future of transportation may not be about reaching incredible speeds, but about reducing the mental stress of moving from place to place. The Volvo 9900 proves that true innovation isn't always something you see, it's something you feel. It's the quiet realization that comfort is the ultimate luxury in our chaotic, fast-paced world. At first glance, these 10 buses look like crazy experiments. But look closer, and you'll find they were born from real struggles: congestion, pollution, and the energy crisis. Each machine was a desperate, creative answer to the chaos of urban expansion and our constant need for comfort. Some of these projects failed spectacularly, others disappeared into history. Yet some changed the entire transportation industry forever. The strangest vehicles in history are often the clearest signs of what society was struggling with at the time. When you see a bus, you aren't just looking at a moving machine. You are looking at engineering, politics, economics, and our shared dreams about the future, all compressed into one frame. Perhaps America can't explain why they were built, because these buses weren't just vehicles. They were bold attempts to solve the unsolvable. If you've got a topic you want us to look into next, leave it in the comments. And if we pick yours, we'll give you a shout out. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching Simple Why.